Hey guys, it's your friend Kobe here, and welcome to today's video. Today we'll be talking about how Ipsy became so successful and how we can use the lessons from its rise to success in other business ventures. If you haven't heard of Ipsy, you're probably wondering what I'm talking about. Ipsy is a monthly subscription service which provides subscribers with a bag of 5 cosmetic samples, but the way they make money and stay relevant makes them unique when compared to other companies. The samples typically include skincare items, perfume, nail and skincare products, and makeup products based upon the subscriber's preferences. Whether you're into makeup or not, Ipsy's story is a good business case to study. So today we're going to talk about where Ipsy came from, how Ipsy became successful, and how they've stayed relevant when many other brands similar to their own have fallen into obscurity. But before we jump in, if you guys like learning about the world of business, be sure to subscribe as I post weekly videos analyzing business trends, and I think you're going to really like them. Now, let's get into learning what made Ipsy so successful. So how did Ipsy get started in the first place? Well, Ipsy started in 2012 when Michelle Phan, a popular YouTube beauty vlogger, Marcelo Camberos, who was working for Funny or Die, which is an independent comedy club in LA, and Jennifer Goldfarb, who held senior leadership roles at the cosmetics giant Bare Minerals, came together and launched a monthly subscription service that provided various beauty products every month. After running a beta website called MyGlam, they officially named the company Ipsy and launched in 2012. With Ipsy, they decided to implement a tactic that was new at the time when compared to other makeup brands. Ipsy based its growth model on social media influencers, particularly through YouTube. Although this may seem kind of obvious to all of us today, many other prominent beauty brands at the time were not taking full advantage of the effectiveness of social media advertising. Ipsy would sponsor beauty influencers on YouTube who would then make videos highlighting the products, which would funnel millions of viewers toward Ipsy's subscription service. By February of 2016, the company had sponsored more than 10,000 different influencers who produced videos dedicated to the brand. In exchange for their videos, influencers received free products, the opportunity to collaborate on future products, and of course, some got additional financial compensation. This early utilization of social media marketing helped Ipsy grow quickly without having to take on additional funding. If you compare Ipsy to one of its competitors, Birchbox, you'll see that Ipsy was able to grow faster and have more subscribers today than Birchbox, even though Birchbox raised over $70 million in external funding in 2012 and invested heavily into paid marketing campaigns on TV. In contrast, Ipsy did not get external funding back then and grew largely as a result of Michelle Phan's following, less expensive social media advertising, and positive word of mouth. These lean strategies allowed Ipsy to grow in a much less expensive way than Birchbox. Michelle didn't have to pay herself to advertise for Ipsy on her channel, which saved them a ton of money. And although her following back then wasn't as big as it is today, the best numbers I could find was that it was somewhere below 6 million. It was still a really substantial following, and all this free advertising on top of the less expensive dollar per view of social media advertising at the time really helped Ipsy grow when compared to its competitors. Today, Ipsy has about 3.5 million subscribers, whereas Birchbox only has a little bit over 1 million. To better understand how Ipsy succeeded, you need to understand their product offering, and to understand their product offering, you need to understand that there are different kinds of subscription services. Most subscription services fall into one of 3 categories. First, there's replenishment. This type of service allows customers to automate the purchase of commodity items, such as razors or diapers. An example of this would be $5 Shave Club. Second is curation. This type of service aims to surprise and delight by providing new items or highly personalized experiences in categories such as apparel, beauty, and food. This is the group that Ipsy finds itself in. Third, there's access. In this type of service, companies typically offer lower prices or member-only perks, primarily in the apparel and food categories. This could be thought of as a subscribe and save option when purchasing something from Amazon. Although subscriptions are a significant portion of their business, it's not Ipsy's only source of income. Ipsy has diversified and has 5 primary ways to generate income. But before we go into the ways that Ipsy makes money, I'm really sorry that we couldn't give you exact dollar breakdowns of these different income streams. Since Ipsy is still a private company, most of the exact dollar amounts are not available, but understanding each vertical can be really helpful in understanding their product and how it leads to the company's success. Now let's jump back into the different ways that Ipsy makes money. The first way that Ipsy makes money is through the profit they make on each and every shipment of each product bag they sell. In other words, a large part of Ipsy's money comes from the monthly subscription fees that customers pay to receive a box. Ipsy offers a wide variety of different boxes at different price points, namely the Glam Bag, the Glam Bag Plus, and the Glam Bag X. Each bag contains a different amount of products with a different total value. For example, the lowest tier, the Glam Bag, costs around $13 a month and contains products that together are worth at least $50. While the highest tier costs $58 a month and can include products valued up to $350. And how is it able to sell all these products at such a low price, you ask? Essentially, brands give Ipsy sample sizes of their products at cost or sometimes even below cost with the hope that someone will try the product in one of Ipsy's monthly drops and then like it enough to start buying the full size. This is essentially the same tactic that places like Sam's Club or Costco use. Sure, they lose a little bit of money now from all the free samples, but they make that money up in the long run because people who previously wouldn't have bought the expensive makeup splurge on it because they tried it in the Glam Bag. This free sample conversion strategy leads us to their second income stream, their online store called Shopper. This store has a reward system for subscribers that allows them to earn cash back on the purchases they make from the brands included in the monthly beauty boxes. This cash back further incentivizes customers when they find a product in their subscription box that they really like to then go buy more of it from Ipsy's store. Then Ipsy, who buys the products at wholesale prices, makes a much bigger profit on that sale than they ever would have from just the subscription box. The third way that Ipsy makes money is by monetizing the content around their product. Ipsy has a YouTube channel with a little over 1 million subscribers. They post various tutorials and inspirational makeup content, which makes them money from AdSense and works as great advertising. Although this is most likely a small portion of their overall revenue because as you can see here, they don't get a lot of views on their video. But to be fair, I'm not really one to talk because I've got 207 subscribers. So if you want to help fix that, you should definitely subscribe. The fourth way that Ipsy makes money is through selling data. When signing up for an Ipsy subscription, you take a quiz at the beginning to personalize your product preferences. They can then use this data to curate products that you will like, yes, but they can also sell your preferences to other brands who can then pay for their products that most closely align with your preferences to be advertised to you. Side note, Ipsy isn't the only company to do this. Other subscription services such as Birchbox and FabFitFun also take advantage of this data-driven product promotion strategy. The fifth way that Ipsy makes money is through events. Prior to the pandemic, Ipsy would hold regular in-person beauty events where they promoted partner influencers and introduced new products. Tickets for those events, which would happen a few times a year all over the world, could cost as much as $150, and around 3,000 to 7,000 people would attend. Again, a lot of these attendees, if not all of them, were those beauty-obsessed followers who Ipsy was able to capitalize on. And while this stream of income was probably smaller when compared to the other ways that Ipsy made money, it still provided a really good amount of cash flow and generated content for social media posts and videos. In addition to diversifying their streams of income, Ipsy has successfully kept up with the changing times, including the changes that happened during the pandemic. In 2020, when people were forced to stay home, many people didn't feel the need to put makeup on. In response to this, Ipsy completely redid their business and marketing strategy to focus more on self-care, enhancing its product portfolio, bettering its recommendation algorithm, and adding even more options for personalization. They included options for more self-care items, hair care items, and nail items, instead of focusing so heavily on the makeup side of things. During the pandemic, people had more time for self-care, and subscribers could pivot from makeup to self-care items. Because of these changes, Ipsy's revenue almost tripled over the course of 2020. This was an impressive feat during a time where a lot of businesses, big and small, were taking financial hits during the pandemic. And yes, I know, online businesses in general thrived during the pandemic, and Ipsy isn't Disney who couldn't have people in the parks or people in the movie theaters. But it's pretty easy to see that a makeup company could have really struggled when everyone was working from home and not needing to wear makeup as much. But instead, Ipsy adopted and thrived. So while Ipsy's rise to success relied heavily on YouTube beauty gurus and their millions of subscribers, at the end of the day, their high-quality product that people loved and their willingness to pivot have brought them extreme success. You'll see over and over again in the creator economy, for YouTubers in every niche, that the real money comes from using your platform to launch a good product that people want and not just relying on AdSense or brand deals on videos. Whether it be Doug DeMuro's Cars and Bids, Blacktail Studios' Epoxy Workshop, or Rob Built's Airbnb training program, the real money comes from using the platform to provide products that make people's lives easier. I'd love to hear if there are any other YouTubers who've launched products that you've loved. Let me know in the comments what surprised you most about Ipsy's climb to success. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.